Hello, hi, welcome back. I was really on my heart, really. It's contentment has been on my heart. Now, content is different from comfort. Comfort, yeah, it's completely that's different. But contentment is when you're content with where you're at right now. Because you know what, when you aren't content and you're working towards something, or you want something to change, or you're hoping to be in a different circumstance in the future, you're going to miss out on the moments that are going on now. Now, your circumstances might be challenging, but so I'm not talking about these kind of challenging circumstances. I'm talking about when you're just working your way up to something that you might be a bigger home. You might be working, trying to get a new car. Um, you just want a certain type of car. It might be it might be that you want it might be just the job, you want to change your job, you might want to move into being self-employed. It could be anything, but it's being content with what you have in this moment. Yes, those things you're working towards, but if you're going to constantly be living in the future, you're going to be missing the moments of today, the beautiful moments that's going to be happening in this present time. Now, it's that thing of there's always someone looking at you thinking, I wish that I had what they had. And then you're looking at someone going, I wish I had what that, it's that kind of thing. I've always, I'm someone that doesn't really, I feel quite blessed. I don't really kind of have that sort of comparison side. I'm, and I'm, because my mom always said, this thing to me about about looking at what someone else has got. And I grew up with that. So I don't really tend to have that kind of comparison. But when it comes to things, so I am quite content in if something isn't broke, I don't need to fix it. I don't need the latest phone. I don't need unless it's broken and it's then that's when it gets changed. But I know that there's everybody's different, and I respect those differences. But it's important for us to feel content in the sense of whilst we're in the waiting to work towards something, that we're not looking at the stuff that's around us and feeling disappointment or frustration, because that's just going to get you down, and that's going to make the process feel even longer and drawn out. Now, I kind of there's things that I'm waiting for as well, so I do choose to kind of think, well, I'm grateful that that we've got this, and we've got that kind of thing. We've got a roof over our head, we've got this, so it's kind of just looking at things with in a way that is just grateful. And actually, because if you're someone that strives, and then you'll be always waiting for the next thing, and you're never going to sense that feeling of contentment. So if you're there now and you're thinking, this is me, I'm that person that once I get something, I'm constantly thrown back into the cycle of this is what I want next. It's like when you order from Amazon. You get your parcel, you open it up, you've had that excitement before you open it. Once you open it, that excitement's gone, right? And then you're looking for the next thing that can give you that kind of hit, that dopamine hit, or that next thing. You always have something that you work towards, but it's the patience and the contentment in the waiting, and being just the gratefulness of just seeing the things around you, or just for your life in general, just being grateful that you woke up this morning. That's a joy. So there's always something, even if it's really, really small right now, to kind of look at and just think, oh, sun's shining today. That's a big difference. It's been raining for a while. That's really nice. There's something to kind of feel that contentment and just peace in that moment. So it's just for you to just wonder and just think, am I feeling content whilst I'm waiting? Because if you're just constantly thinking about how it's going to look when you get to, that new home, new job, you meet that, that maybe that husband you're waiting for in the future. you know, if your mind's constantly in the future, there's so many things people are waiting for. So many. Loads. But just being happy. And if you are that person that's waiting for a husband and you've been waiting for a while, I know for women it's probably that kind of biological clock, right? You're kind of up against, and that's really tough. I'm not talking about those kind of things, but the ones where you've got a bit of time and you can wait, just relax, go on holiday, do things with friends, and enjoy those moments, you know. Um, but again, it's even if you are waiting and that biological clock is ticking, it's hard, isn't it? But it's that kind of still not just still having that time to have those when you're with people and you're actually having fun, allow yourself to have fun, allow yourself to be content in those joyous times as well, because that's so important. You wouldn't want to miss out on parts of your life because it's just, when you are having a great time, really enjoy it. So yeah, it's just such a special thing when you feel that contentment, and it's freeing as well. You feel a lot lighter because your mind isn't constantly thinking on the next thing to the next thing to the next thing, because it's just going to be like the Amazon parcel. You're going to get it, and then the next thing you're going to think of is, well, I'm going to have to do something else with this now. You get your new car. Oh, then the car breaks, or something goes on the car, and then you'll think, oh, and then there's something for you to complain about, and then there's not that enjoyable thing again. Or you get that job, then you're complaining about it because somebody there is kind of annoying you. Is it's just then it becomes something to complain about, doesn't it? So then it loses that thing that you were holding up, waiting out for, that excitement, or that house you move into. Then you moan about the cleaning. Mm. you know, when you get these things, are you going to complain about them, or are you going to embrace them with the joy that you actually, that joy that you were waiting so long for it, and then you complain about it? It's like people have kids as well, don't they? Complain as soon as they come along, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. I know, I've been there. And then it's like, seriously, we're complaining about the things that we really, really enjoy. That make us really, really happy. So it's just trying to, and yeah, be content in these things, and when you get them as well, be content, be joyful for them, be happy for them. But in this moment now, find your contentment. Seriously, find the contentment in there. There we go. Well, thank you for joining again today, and I hope this has made you think, how content are you? It's it's a really is a subject that's really, really, really big and really, really important, because it just makes it roots you back into the present and not thinking about the future constantly, which is, you don't want your mind to be in the past, and you don't want it to be too far in the future. You want it to just be in the present, so you can focus on the here and now and just be aware of your surroundings and what's going on around you, and find the contentment in the everyday. Take care.